I'm very happy, and now you know why I'm happy. I'm in front of a beautiful guest who is a behavioral consultant, a coach, an assessor, and whatnot. She always carries a smile and she does it with grace and poise. Today, our topic is growing in career and life easily with Deepti. So, what is the secret if you have to share three tips with us? How to grow in life and career?
First tip, Sunny, is that never stop learning. Learning can never end, and at any age, at any given point of time, learn from everyone and anyone, whoever is possible in and around you. Number two, stay humble because you never know that the person who you are interacting with may know more than what you can even envisage and even know. People somehow they play and they downplay their personas very very strongly. So if you assume that you are the guru and you are the enlightened soul and the sun revolves around you, then that could be a misnomer. Third and the last one is understand that impermanency is the truth. There is nothing that is permanent at all in life. Everything is very, very temporary. That is the only way to understand that since everything is so temporary, your growth will also be very temporary. So, which is why sharpening the saw is needed each day. You cannot absolutely at any given point of time assume that tomorrow or today this is the only thing that I can learn and this is where my learning will end. So, just three tips that you asked for.
Loved it. Thank you so much, Deepti.
My pleasure.
First, yes, a lifelong learner, and
Yes.
I'm not a guru.
True.
And be
Correct.
humble
Yes.
and be open to learn from everyone.
Very true.
You never know how wise, how great, how experienced the opposite person is.
Very true.
And
Absolutely true.
we all come with unique talents, we all come with unique experiences.
Indeed.
So be
Indeed.
ready to learn from even a child.
True.
Third, yes, the spiritual magic of yours, impermanence. So
Correct.
sharpen the saw every day.
Correct.
Be open to, upskilling, upgrading. Otherwise, you'll be dead like Nokia. Yeah.
Correct.
Kodak.
और और इनफैक्ट कहते हैं ना कि सनी दैट अकड़ तो मुर्दों की निशानी है ना? इंसान अगर अकड़ के साथ में जिएगा तो सुधरेगा कैसे, बदलेगा कैसे? Unless and until you don't bend, unless and until you don't flex, you don't learn to dissolve and evolve, how will you ever change for that matter? And anybody who thinks that मैं तो यहाँ था, मैं यहीं रहने वाला हूँ और इसके बाद मेरा कुछ भी कोई नहीं बिगाड़ सकता, I mean to say that is that becomes a brahmastra then and it comes backfires to you like a boomerang.
Yes. Very
Yes.
deep lesson. We should not be rigid. We should not be
Yes.
egoistic.
Big time.
Let us stay flexible.
Totally.
Let us say, okay, okay. Yes. So, yes, I'm now getting the message of spiritual growth as well. But what about having great relationships? Having relationship goals and achieving them. So, if you can throw light on what should relationship goals should be and
Hmm.
how we can achieve it, how we can grow beautiful relationships.
So I'm going to actually anchor my response to that word great that you use. Are relationships great or are people great, Sunny? Sorry for throwing the question back to you.
No, I loved it. People are great.
And people are never perfect. Never. So people who are assuming that there could be a perfect relationship, they have to understand is there is nothing called as perfect because we all are imperfect. At least I am so. If I've ever expected any kind of a perfection in a relationship, so it is foolery and stupidity on my end. Now comes the second part of your question is can we make relationship goals? The answer to that is yes. But the primary issue here is that we never can have one same simple same goal. We all are different people. So even in a relationship, be it in a husband and wife, in a relationship between a father and a child, a relationship between a brother and a sister, friends for that matter, how can you expect commonality of a thought? We are not clones at all. So difference of opinion or difference in the setup of a thought creates the triggers in the relationship. So first thing is that learn to at least if not basic, very simple, very basic. I'm not even talking about understanding. I will not talk about anything called as respect. I will talk about the first thing that is grossly missing in our relationships these days is the skill of listening. मैंने एम्पैथी भी नहीं कहा, मैंने कंपैशन भी नहीं कहा, मैंने सिर्फ लिसनिंग कहा। बेसिक है, बट आई डोंट वांट टू लिसन टू पीपल एंड सो हैव आई रियलाइज्ड दैट पीपल डोंट वांट टू लिसन टू मी। द रीजन बिकॉज़ आई हैव ऑलरेडी अ हेलो ऑन माय हेड, आई नो इट ऑल। व्हेन आई टॉक टू पीपल आई सी अ हेलो ऑन देयर हेड, दे नो इट ऑल। तो जब हम सब कुछ ही जानते हैं तो हम क्यों किसी की बात सुनेंगे? यानी कि हम बेंड क्यों करेंगे? दैट्स नंबर 1। नंबर 2, व्हेन यू हैव टू सेट अप अ गोल, लेट देयर बी डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन, लेट देयर बी अ डिफरेंशिएशन। I am in awe of those particular people who make their common relationship goals. Like for example, जिम के लिए गोल बना लेते हैं, घर बनाने के लिए गोल बनाते हैं, बच्चों को रेज़ करने के लिए सेम स्कूल में एक थॉट प्रोसेस में हम लोग गोल बनाते हैं। Very, very beautiful, Sunny. But are we trying to say that there are no triggers there? The answer is triggers definitely exist. Now, how do you come out of those triggers? By respecting each other's difference, uncommonality, as well as understanding this aspect that yes, in this difference lies the aspect of understanding, then comes the empathy, and then comes the whole aspect of being together. तो बेसिक है, लिसन कर लीजिए, बस सिर्फ सुन लीजिए किसी को, उसके बाद आगे हम बात कर सकते हैं विद रिस्पेक्ट टू व्हाट मोर कैन बी बिल्ट अपॉन. So at least because I miss that very grossly in my relationships, that people tend to stop listening completely because MBA word है. MBA is not management of business administration है. MBA गुजराती का टर्म है जिसको बोलते हैं मने बद्धू आवड़े छे. मुझे सब आता है. मैं सब जानता हूँ, तो मुझे मत सिखाओ. So that relationships fizzles out there itself because there is no scope of interaction at all.
So no hello, start listening. I think listening will do wonders.
Go totally,
And you
totally.
did not go to compassion, you did not go to empathy, you did not
No,
go to big goals
no,
in
no,
relationship. You
no,
said
no. Basic
listen
है.
to your team members, listen
Correct,
to your employees,
correct,
listen to your colleagues,
correct,
listen to your spouse,
correct,
spies,
correct,
listen to your kids. Yes, listening.
correct.
And we are not perfect. Okay, agreed. We are not perfect. So I don't expect perfection from anyone.
Right.
Relationships are automatically beautiful.
Yes,
And I grow as a spiritual being.
yes.
आओ गले लगा लो सबको प्यार कर लो
नहीं,
एक्सेप्ट कर लो
सबको नहीं गले लगाना चाहिए, दैट कुड बी मिस्टेकन देन. आई थिंक आई थिंक व्हाट नीड्स टू बी डन इज़ you have to understand who needs to be hugged, who needs to be cajoled, who needs to be coaxed, who needs to be supported, who needs to be helped, and who needs to be empathized with. Only then we'll be able to demarcate. You know, it's like a bouquet, and this is what my mom says. She used to say that in a family, it's like a bouquet. अ बुके ऑफ वराइड डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ फ्लावर्स, एक जैसे नहीं है, सब अलग-अलग हैं। तभी उसकी ब्यूटी होती, तभी तो जब व्हेन यू गो डाउन टू मेकिंग गेटिंग अ बुके फॉर योर फॉर एन इवेंट और फॉर योर होम, you decide to pick like a gladiola, you decide to pick up an orchid, you decide to pick up a rose, and so on and so forth. So are relationships, correct? Why can't we accept that?
वेरी ब्यूटीफुल सो सबको नहीं करना है हैव हेल्दी
Correct.
बाउंड्रीज
Very true.
एंड प्रोटेक्ट योर
True.
सेल्फ
Very true. Very, very
and
true.
in over giving don't empty yourself
And you
because
cannot pour
yeah,
from an empty cup, right, Sunny?
yes. And spiritual emptiness is different from material worldly emptiness.
Yes.
When you overgive and overplease,
Yes.
you are losing yourself.
Yes. Correct.
So you are important, you exist.
Yes.
Where are you? You are also important.
Yes.
Your health is important,
Yes.
your smile is important, you are important.
Correct.
So now you please tell us, how do you balance everything? Life, career, spiritual growth, relationship growth, and your personal growth.
So first thing is that it's a misnomer that I'm completely balanced. I know by star sign I'm a Libra. Unfortunately, I am not at all balanced in any perspective. If at all, if I say that I have a perfection and in my personal life, in my professional life, and my relationships, not at all. So there is always a skewed proportion, Sunny. Again, I'll like to retrace what my mother said. She said, भगवान ना 10 कुर्सियां देता है और 10 में से हमेशा एक या दो ले लेता है. वो 10 जो है ना, it is default. 10 हैं, but 10 में से एक 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 निकालते रहते हैं. And now imagine when एक 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 करके निकालते रहते हैं, so what are you left with? You are left with a skewed kind of a proportion of number of chairs or the number of things. So there is going to be an imbalance. Have you ever seen a trapeze act, Sunny, in a circus, especially the tightrope walk? आपने देखा है वो रस्सी पे चलते
सिखा
हैं?
दो आप।
रस्सी मैं नहीं
हाँ,
खुद
हाँ।
जानती सर, मैं कहाँ से सिखा दूँ? मैंने तो बचपन में
हाँ,
देखा
चलते हैं,
है
चलते
ना?
हैं। रोक
हाँ
लेके,
जी,
हाँ,
हाँ जी। रोप पे चलते हैं। अब ये रोप पे चलने के टाइम पे ना सनी अगर आपने नोटिस किया तो हाथ में एक डंडा पकड़ के चलना होता है। वो डंडा किसके
हाँ,
लिए होता है? आपको बैलेंस करने के लिए।
हाँ।
एक इंसान थे जिनका नाम था कार्ल वेलेंडा। नाउ ही वाज़ वेरी फेमस फॉर हिज़ वॉक ओवर द अक्रॉस द नायाग्रा फॉल्स। ही वाज़ वेरी वेरी वेल नोन कि ये एक्ट वो करते थे बिना किसी नेट के। आप जानते हैं ही लेप्ट आल्सो टू हिज़ ओन डेथ इन द सेम पर्टिकुलर एक्ट, सनी। रीज़न बिकॉज़ ही डिड नॉट एनविसाज दैट टू मच ऑफ प्रेशर ऑन योर ओन सेल्फ कैन टॉपल यू ऑफ। हर चीज़ का बैलेंस नामुमकिन है। कुछ ना कुछ तो स्क्यू होने वाला है। Every woman who is a working professional for that matter fights daily as a battle to do that tightrope walk. Every man who is a father, who is a professional, comes back home literally gasping for that breath to play with his child. एक ऑफिस में है and then you're back at home where you're giving the least and you're expected to give the most, right? He or she is both are in their own capacities dancing that particular that act, but their unfortunately imperfection is us. But why do we have to nail ourselves? Why do we crucify ourselves and victimize ourselves? क्यों हम
शांति।
एग्जैक्टली
या,
हम मोमेंट
या।
में क्यों नहीं जी लेते? ठीक है, कभी अगर दाल में नमक ज़्यादा पड़ गया और अगर सब्ज़ी अगर जल गई, तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? व्हाई आर यू लिटरली always constantly criticizing your own self? So is there a balance? The answer is balance नहीं आएगा. You have to learn to be in that moment and complete that. So if I'm in a relationship, I have to know मुझे कितना देना है. If I'm in a training workshop and if I'm actually sitting with my tensions in my head कि back at मुंबई क्या हो रहा होगा या मेरे घर में क्या हो रहा होगा, बिलीव मी आई विल टॉपल ऑफ माय एंटायर ट्रेनिंग सेशन। ठीक है, अगर मैं घर पे हूँ और अगर मैं मूवी देख रही हूँ तो मैं अगर उस मूवी को ही एंजॉय नहीं कर पाऊँ एंड आई एम कॉन्स्टेंटली थिंकिंग ऑफ पेमेंट्स कितनी डिलेड है, व्हाई आर क्लाइंट्स बिहेविंग दिस वे, आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू एंजॉय दैट टू। सो देयर इज नो बैलेंस। And at least I can tell you with this conviction, I have a very very strong this the feature that I want to let people know I am happy being imperfect only, because the minute there is perfection, that means zero becomes the scope of expectations from my own self, and I'd like to be human, nothing else.
नीरू मैम इज एंजॉयिंग योर विजडम। नीरू मैम सेड बी हैप्पी। नीरू मैम ने ताली भी बजा
How
दी।
sweet.
लोकेश सर ने बोला तथास्तु। लिसन करो भैया, लिसन। वेरी गुड।
How
सो
sweet.
अब बैलेंस पे आपने इतना अच्छा बोला
Thank you.
भाई।
Mhm.
इम्बैलेंस को भी सेलिब्रेट कर लो
बिल्कुल।
और लाइफ को जैसी है एक्सेप्ट कर लो, स्वीकार लो, ग्रैटिट्यूड में रह लो, एंजॉय कर लो। काहे प्रेशर ले रहे हो?
सर मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी जितनी भी बिताई है ना, अनफॉर्च्युनेटली इसी पर्टिकुलर एनोमली के साथ ही बिताई है,
तभी
इम्परफेक्शन
तो
से।
आप शांति में और खुशी में हो।
शांति का पता नहीं है। एंड अगेन यू आर यूजिंग वर्ड्स व्हिच आर सच लार्ज वर्ड्स एंड यू आर सेइंग
ओके,
शांति एंड
स्पिरिचुअल वर्ड्स।
yeah, and you said khushi. Now is it khushi subjective? I don't know what makes you happy. You don't know what makes Deepti happy. So it's a very subjective word because it's a very large gamut. We all have our own happiness, right? I think before we started the real stream, we were having a sweet lime. Did it give you happiness?
हाँ, बहुत,
Yeah,
क्योंकि मैं बाहर से आया था और यहाँ धूप
exactly.
पड़ी है
बिल्कुल सही. So that's
और
instant,
पानी कम पिया था मैंने।
instant satiation. If you ask me right now, probably having a nice filter coffee, like literally a nice hot piping cup of filter coffee with dunking my muska bun, probably will be giving me immense happiness. But we don't live into that moment. Do you realize that, Sunny? Yeah,
हैप्पीनेस इज इन द मोमेंट।
true.
हैप्पीनेस इज एवरी ब्रेथ।
Yes, yes.
वेरी गुड। मजा आ गया। आई एम सो थैंकफुल टू यू फॉर द गिफ्ट ऑफ योर टाइम, टू ऑल द व्यूअर्स फॉर ऑल द encouraging comments, for your smile,
It's a pleasure.
for this blessing moment, for this divine will. Thank you so much,
Thank
Deepti.
you so, so very
Keep
much.
meeting
I
again,
will.
and we'll come up with a wonderful topic, and we'll smile more,
Absolutely. Thank you
and we'll
so
discover
much.
more.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
having me on once again, Sunny. And it's an absolute, absolute delight to be with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Stay
so
blessed.
much. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.